Hi Pisces, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your forecast for December 2024, and that is the last one of the year. And so appropriately, every reading today has been really intense. So we'll see what the Tarot and Oracle have in store for you. If you have not hit that like button on your way in, please consider doing that. And if you've been here before, you enjoy my readings, and you know you probably want to come back again someday, consider subscribing. It's free, and it also helps the channel greatly, and it'll ensure that you don't miss a reading. So we're starting with Oracle. We're asking what's coming towards Pisces at this time of year. What's going to benefit you to know about? And y'all, I love to pray for you. It lifts me up, lifts you up, lifts everybody up. I encourage you to do it for each other. If you'd like for me and others to pray for you, simply say hi or leave an emoji in the comments section. That gives us something that represents your energy that we can focus on. All right, you guys, starting with block out distractions. Hallelujah. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention right now. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. And it's hard for Pisces, right? Because we want to give. It gives us happiness to give, right? Gives me, Pisces, happiness to pray for you, right? And vice versa. We're a very loving part of the zodiac. So you already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. So sometimes with these oracle cards, it's really interesting what they don't say. So the question is, why do you need to block these things out? Why do you need to make that space? We have the message of the white owl from the Divine Feather Messenger deck, and it says, the wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. Possibly you need to block out all those distractions so you can simply hear what you need to hear from within. And Pisces, you know this, but you are the most psychic of the whole zodiac. And that's because you just have a little sprinkle of every zodiac sign within you. You understand inherently human nature, but you also kind of listen to the cosmos. They say that about Pisces. 1 foot on land in the physical realm, 1 foot in the spiritual realm. So might be time to listen to that. Could have something to do with your relationships, could have something to do with the next move in your life, your next career move, your next physical move. It'll be different for all of you. And that being said, please only take the messages that resonate and empower you. That's what this is all about. All right, making sure they're upright. We only take the cards that fly out for you, Pisces. If they fly in reverse, that's how we listen to them. December 2024, what do Pisces need to know? Please make it clear. What do my Pisces need to know? We start with, I love the Ace of Pentacles. Sneak peek. It's Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is an energy that's coming towards you. It could be another watery figure like yourself, could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Either way, they wear their heart on their sleeve. They're charismatic, could be younger than you. There's a youthful energy, and there's a slight naivete to the Knight of Cups. They're motivated by their feelings. So if it's not actually naivety, like it's actually just, there's a sincerity behind it. And I think you're going to see it right away because they speak your language. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This is receiving something. And this is either a value, physical value, like money or a gift, or this is actually being valued. Let's keep getting more cards. My Pisces, December 2024, what do they need to know? We have Ace of Swords upside down. We have the King of Wands right side up. We have the Hermit, this introspective, quiet energy. There's an individual here that's coming through that I'm going to want to unpack a little bit. They're quite fiery. They're visionaries. This could be you grasping onto this energy, or it could be somebody else coming towards you. Ace of Swords upside down. Let's just see what this is about. Okay. I'm going to unpack this for a moment. Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Hermit. Somebody wants to come forward and talk to you, but they haven't up until now. And I think, Pisces, some of you guys know exactly who this is because there's something between you. There might be a static, feels like a static energy between you. You know things need to be said, but you're not quite sure if it's you that needs to say them. In fact, you're pretty sure it's them that need to approach you. And I think they've been, I think if they've been in quiet and solitude, introspection, there's been a good reason for it. And they're going to, when they do connect with you and they talk to you, regardless of how you respond, They have got a lot to get off their chest. Five of Cups, Hanged Man. So it does have this energy of like going from a place of quiet introspection in a relationship or with others into a place of action in December. There's been a place of gestation. There's been getting another perspective. I like this because there's a maturity applied to emotions. There's an emotional value placed on this experience, and there's sensitivity. This could even be connected with another water sign. I said that earlier with the Knight of Cups, but there's action. There's the Knight of Swords coming through with wanting to get something off their chest. There's the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. They hold visions of the future. So this, if you have this conversation in December, it feels like it's still gestating, right? But if you have this conversation in December, it's going to come along with a vision of the future, what things could be. So there is a sense of stepping up, self-assessment, not done by only you, but others. There's a decision that there's something of value here. Somebody has, what's this 10 of Wands? I don't think that this is something anybody wants to, it's like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I think that there's been some evaluation around letting go of something, and there's the realization that this can evolve to something else. It doesn't have to, it's funny because there's this, we've all had that experience where we can really overanalyze anything. It could be something as simple as buying a new couch, or whether to stay in a relationship or stay at a certain house, not move. We do this thing where we can really overanalyze the details. We can create the pros and cons list. We can really get into the nitty-gritty of the research aspect. And then there's just, what's your first thought when you wake up? You know, what's that first emotional response towards it? What's the big picture? So we're looking at that interesting, that dynamic in your reading. Is I think that there has been a lot of time spent analyzing, overanalyzing, maybe not looking at every single detail, but hyper-focused on some or the wrong details. And it kind of zooms out and asks, what do you really want? And when the other voice jumps in after you answer that and you say, well, I really want this, it's just like, it's easy, it's really simple. But quickly, a little voice jumps in and says, oh yeah, but did you consider this? And it's like pushes up its spectacles and it does its research and it says, and it starts analyzing. Here's how you cut through that and say, why? Why are you overanalyzing this? What is so scary about this? Because there is this leveling up you're being asked to do, and it's regards to a new opportunity. It could be around money, or it could be around value. And these judgment cards, they're not subtle cards. They're intense cards in the deck because they require a certain amount of healing and ascension. Like, it's a spiritual card. It's a spiritual ascension. So let's actually take this into a career context. This would be like pushing yourself past fear of failure, pushing yourself right onto the stage of possibly failing in front of other people, just because even if you failed, you still ascend. Even if you just have to get over that over analytical side that's being like, well, what if you did this, and what if you did that, and what if that happened? Da, da, da. Even if you failed at this, career-wise, you would ascend. Now you have to listen to yourself, and I'm going to say tarot does not tell you what to do, and you have free will, my loves. But it's saying, as an example, in a relationship, sometimes there's a relationship that is worth the work. But the work is freaking scary because it means you have to push something inside yourself that's like, no, And so the analytical mind comes in, it says, and it pushes up its spectacles and it says, well, what about this? And what about this? And you're going to have excuses for days. It comes down to, what is that first reaction? Like, this is a funny thing to say, but I don't care. When you wake up in the middle of the night, you go to the bathroom, what is your first, you know, and you're rising to awareness and, you know, your life kind of pops into your mind. What's the first thought? Like when you wake up in the morning, what is the first inclination? Because it's suggesting that somebody has to let go of an idea, like an ideal here. What is this Eight of Cups? Magician, you can remake this. You can remanifest this. You can remanifest specifically. When I say this, I'm talking about taking a leadership role in a vision. I need a new deck. Let's get a new deck. Magician. We have Wheel of Fortune. The wheel moves in your favor. High Priestess, total victory. Six of Rods, High Priestess. Intuition is at your beck and call. With the Magician, you're very powerful at this time. Moving the dial forward in the Wheel of Fortune. This is good things coming towards you and believing it. What's this Judgment card? It's Ascension. It's about moving forward quickly. We've had all this hang back energy with a Hanged Man and with a Hermit energy. You know, December for you is going to be a challenging month in the coolest way possible. It's going to be about taking that risk to throw it on the line for the sake of ascending, for the sake of moving forward, whether that's through a conversation or putting yourself in the limelight somehow, putting yourself in a vulnerable position to change your mind. This is about, do you dare change your mind about someone? Do you dare change your mind about something? Hanged Man energy is represented by you. You rule over Hanged Man. He's hanging off that branch upside down to get a new viewpoint of the world. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, he's got a migraine because all the blood is rushing to his head. I've said it before in my readings, but he can always climb down off that tree and the migraine will go away. But the viewpoint is what lasts. Transformation. This is it does look like it's going to be a transformational conversation. And it could be around feeling stuck in a relationship. Eight of Swords with a Lover's card. You want harmony, but maybe you have to change the vision of what your expectations are, your ideals. Maybe you have to change your vision for that. Let's talk about that for a sec. Vision. We have the Magician taking bold action. You don't want to feel stuck anymore, so don't be stuck. This conversation can completely change all of that. What do you need to say to somebody? What do you need to do to exemplify in the universe in order to project your Emperor energy, to have big boss energy? You had a similar message on your timeless reading recently. I want to get a mudra out for you. This is really a cool reading. This is very empowering, but it's also, you're facing your fears, and that's not easy. A lot of people don't, so they stagnate, they get depressed, and they get like prescriptions for that, and then they just don't get, and that's not to say that prescriptions for depression are a bad thing, because sometimes they're a very, very good thing. But I'm gonna just say that we have to move forward to, I think, be happy and to keep on doing what we're meant to be doing on Earth, right? But it's not easy, and it's triggering. So right now I know I'm triggering some people, and I just know that I love you. And you know what? If you don't like it, you can throw it out. I ain't the boss of you. But yeah, it's like, it's all about growth, and growing is sometimes painful and sometimes it's scary. Your intuition is what you fall back on. This High Priestess energy is everything. She's there to say, hey, listen to this. Hey, I'm guiding you. These are your spirit guides. And of course, appropriately, your mudra is courage. So this is a hand gesture that represents courage. And it's simply putting your thumb under your pointer finger. How interesting. Okay, and it says, show yourself what's in you. Literally, it says that. Your mantra is, what tries to frighten me is nothing more than a ghost, which I chase away with a single glance. I love it. This is the anti-panic mudra. It's dedicated to invincible goddess Durga. She rides a snarling lion, and in each of her many hands she holds a weapon. These she uses to terrible effect, killing her enemies and putting them to flight. Don't kill anybody. In a case of panic attack, it is important to restrain your inhalation and intensify your exhalation. Keep your hands tightly pressed, stand with slightly bent knees, and concentrate on the soles of your feet, grounding. Visualize yourself as the weapon-wielding screeching Durga. Your appearance alone will ensure the respect of the others. Does this conception simply make you chuckle? All the better. All right, I'm sending you love, light. Say hi in the comments if you'd like for us to pray for you. Mwah. Bye-bye.